It is perpetual movement forward. Notice with time, things don't go backwards. Okay? Things don't go backwards. Things are moving forward, and they continue to move forward until the end of time. Okay? All right? So things go forward. Now, time, as we understand it, does not stop for anybody. This is the constant, right? And it is the only thing of the three. If you look at the title of tonight's talk, time, seasons, and expiration dates. When we think about time, seasons, and expiration dates, time is the only thing that is singular. Y'all stay with me. I got to build a foundation. By the time the light comes on, y'all going to be blown away. Okay? Time is the only thing that is singular. Why? Because there's only one chronos. There's only one perpetual movement forward of time. This doesn't stop for any of us. Are y'all with me? Okay? This doesn't stop for anyone, one of us. Okay? Doesn't stop for anyone, doesn't stop for nobody. You get it once it's gone, you never get it again. So time doesn't go this way and then turn around and say, oh, you left off some and come back this way. Time goes that way and it keeps going that way. Okay? Are y'all with me? Does this make sense so far? I want you under this. Let's see how I can make this connect. Let me show you what I'm going to do here. Under this, I want you to draw two lines and break up that time, chronos. Draw two horizontal lines like this, vertical lines like this. Okay, y'all stay with me. You know my nerd brain is on. Stay with me. I want you to draw two vertical lines breaking up time. Okay? Two vertical lines. I know my brain thinks a little bit different. Y'all just bear with me, okay? Two lines. Now, here's what I want you to do. Here, I want you to draw a bracket. I hope I can draw this nice. I want you to draw a bracket between those two lines. And under here, I want you to write the word season. Season. And I want you to put in parentheses the Greek word kairos. K-A-I-R-O-S. Okay? So you're going to put a line. You're going to break up chronos with two lines. You're going to break up chronos. You're going to draw a bracket there so you can group this together. In fact, let's just make this more demonstrative. Let's do that. Hold on. I want to do that with red. I need something dark. No, I don't like that. When in doubt, go green. This shaded area here is what we identify as season or kairos. I want you to put this paper down and write down this definition. You're going to be the smartest person at the water cooler all week. Season or kairos is a period of time within chronos that has a beginning and an end. Y'all do know my definitions are custom. For those of you that are just tuning in for the first time, you're not going to find my definitions in Webster. This is why I teach in analogies. I break down the complicated and make it simple so you can then apply it to your life. Season or kairos, I define as a period of time within chronos that has a beginning and an end. So within Chronos, there are seasons. There are seasons or periods of time that have a beginning and an end. Are y'all with me? Is this making sense? Okay? There are periods of time within time that have a beginning and an end that is called a season. You have seasons like summer, winter, spring, fall. Summer is not year round. Summer doesn't start from the time you're born to the time you die. Summer operates as a season of time within Chronos. Are y'all with me? I'm trying to make this as elementary as I can. Okay? All right? So a season we identify or define as a period of time within Chronos that has a beginning and an end. Now, let me give you some characteristics of seasons. You should be writing. Y'all should be writing. Support the show, by the way. Thank you so much for supporting. Let me give you some characteristics of seasons. Seasons can be repetitive, right? Like the weather, right? You have spring every year. You have summer every year, especially if you're in a four-season state kind of thing. Winter every year, whatever, fall every year. Seasons can be repetitive, but this is big. Seasons are always at the mercy of Chronos. This is going to make sense in a minute. I just can't wait till many of you figure out where I'm going. This is going to be so good. Seasons can be repetitive, but they're always at the mercy of Chronos. Chronos, continual, perpetual time forward. Seasons are broken up periods of time that have a beginning and an end that fall within Chronos. So what happens when this beginning and end leaves? Then the season's over. The season does not continue with time. The season has a beginning and an end. Y'all ready? Record this now. Everything in your life has a season to it. Oh my God. I can't wait till the light bulbs go off. Everything in your life has a season to it. So when I say that, I'm saying it's got a beginning, it's got an end. Let me write this. Let me write those words in. Beginning. Y'all supporting the show? My subscribers will eat this up. Y'all don't support tonight. Y'all ain't got to. I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. Has a beginning and an end. Everything in your life has a season to it. Good things only last for a season. Bad things only last for a season. If you're in a bad relationship and had a breakup, the pain of the breakup is not designed to function in Chronos. Which means if it's been over 10 years ago and you're still trying to hold on to it, you are taking something designed as Kairos and you're treating it as if it's Chronos. This is going to make so much make sense. Y'all just bear with me. Guess what, y'all? You might be in a great relationship. One of the most painful conversations that I have with clients, I've had this with several clients. One of the most painful conversations that I've had with clients is when I have to work with clients who have lost spouses. Like your spouse dies. Those are very, when I'm talking to widows and widowers, those are very painful conversations Because those typically aren't conversations like, yeah, doc, you know, my husband cheated, had 50 girlfriends, my wife was running town. These be conversations like, yeah, we were married 40 years, we got kids, we got grandkids, and just one day he didn't wake up. She didn't wake up. We had the perfect marriage. He was the perfect gentleman. He took care of me. She was the perfect wife. She did everything for me. Good marriages even belong to Kairos. This is going to shake some of y'all. So if the bad belongs to Kairos and the good also belongs to Kairos, then our grip on life should constantly be loose. I don't know if the bells are going off yet. Our grip on the things that we hold on to should constantly be loose. You know why? Because whether it's good or bad, to everything, there's a beginning and an end. Kairos will never defeat Chronos. I'm just getting warmed up. I'm just getting warmed up. It'll never defeat Chronos, which means if you got a good relationship, it's going to come to an end. It might end after 60 years of marriage. It might end after 5 good years in a relationship and you never get married and you just decide to go different separate ways. Why is all of this important? Because when you recognize to everything there's a beginning and an end, when things end, when things fall apart, you're not in a hurry to hold on longer than designed because you recognize that I can't treat seasons like Chronos. To everything, there is a season. To everything. To absolutely everything, there is a beginning and an end. I told y'all, this is going to be next level tonight. I'm giving y'all subscriber level stuff. Okay? Now, why is this important? Good, bad, indifferent, it doesn't matter. Every good thing, every bad thing comes to an end. So then, if we recognize this, and we recognize that time impacts seasons and seasons don't impact time, then there are a lot of different things that impact seasons. I'll give you some things that impact seasons. And there's a lot, but I'm going to give you 3. Thank you so much, IT, for your support. There are many things I can give you that can explain what impacts seasons, but let me give you 3. And I'm going to come to that question because I see a really good question. So then how do you know when your season is coming to an end? We're going to talk about it. In fact, let me just go ahead and tell you what the last thing is that I'm going to talk about. The last thing I'm going to talk about is I'm going to give you 5 ways to know if an environment or a situation is still useful or coming to an end. Okay? Now look at this. Let me give you 3 big things that impact seasons. Because while everything has a beginning and an end and is wrapped up into time or chronos, there are some things that can impact or shorten these brackets. Can shorten these brackets, can elongate these brackets. Okay? Let me give you 3 of the biggest things that I've seen. Number 1, write this in your journal. You're going to be the smartest person at the water cooler. Number 1, the divine. For me, it's God. For some of y'all, it's other stuff. The divine absolutely can impact when something begins, when something ends. Why is this important? Because the beginning or the ending of something can oftentimes be greater than what you understand. Which is why when you're in a really bad situation and it feels like it's not coming to an end, but you do things to try to force it to come to an end, there are some things you can't stop because there is a divine power in order that is controlling when it stops. Ever tried to leave somebody that you couldn't leave?
Oh my God.
Ever tried to quit a job that wouldn't let you go?
Oh my God.
Ever tried to walk away from a situation that had a grip on you that you could not shake?
Oh my God.
Let me tell you something. There are some things you try to shake that you can't because there is a divine power that is in control of when it starts and when it stops. And it's greater than what you understand. It's greater than what you can comprehend. It's greater than what you can control. And here's the thing. When you keep trying to expand these things right here, you interfere sometimes with a power that's greater than you, that's really trying to control the beginning and the end. I told y'all, mental, emotional, spiritual. A lot of this tonight. Go ahead and put it in the chat, all capital letters, levels. There's levels to this. Levels, and then share the video. We're up to 400 viewers now. Let's get this up to 900. That's normally where we are. I'm just getting warmed up. I ain't even got to the third one yet. Wait till I get on that third one. So there's some things that impact seasons. Number one, the divine. Now, let me say this, and I want to be very clear here. While the divine can impact seasons, I want to say this really clearly. Your belief in God, I'm especially talking to us believers, your belief in God will never be greater than your effort. I'm going to say this in English. You can believe God to shorten, to expand seasons in your life, but your faith in a higher power will never be greater than your action. Faith with laziness is not faith. You can't have faith and be lazy at the same time. Can I just give you a layman's example? Here you are, started your business, and your business is going great. And you like, oh my God, I want God to just continue to bless my business. And so you pray every day, and you in your prayer closet, and you got your wig on, and you done pulled your wig off in your prayer closet.
Oh my God.
And you spend 10 hours a day in your prayer closet. And then when you come out, you eat, take a shower, and go to bed. You don't ever research business plans. You don't ever research things like commercial lending. And you don't ever research things like how to scale. You don't spend any time investing in knowledge. You just praying. You're praying for God to expand the beginning and the ending of a thing, where oftentimes the expansion of the beginning of the ending of a thing is allowed within the context of your faith. And faith without works, dead. Which means while God controls the beginning or the ending of a thing, your faith plays a role too. Let me just say this another way. You have the power within you to be able to extend seasons in your life by how you show up every day. Which means those of you that's been praying over your marriage to get better, so you come find me or another coach or counselor or therapist, say, help me work through this, and you've been praying for your marriage to get better, but there has been no faith or no action towards making it get better, you can pray all day. That marriage might last a while because ultimately God gonna have to say on when it starts and when it ends. However, if and but, you play a role in it by how you show up. In other words, you can impact the season of that you live in by how you show up. I want you to record that now. You can impact the season you're living in by how you show up. Some of us are living in long periods of success. You know why? Because every single day we show up working hard. Can't be no entrepreneur. You can't be successful and be lazy. So how you show up has the ability to impact the season that you live in. You don't have full control, but you got some. That leads me to number 2. You want to know a second thing that impacts seasons? Y'all ready? Choices. Y'all putting this in your journal? Choices impact seasons. Some of you are in bad seasons and stuck in them because of the choices you made.
Oh my God.
Choices. You have the ability to make choices that impact when things begin and when things end. Doc, I hate my relationship. I hate my marriage, Doc. It's really wearing me down. It's really breaking me apart. It's really tearing me up mentally and emotionally. Okay, great. What kind of choices are you making within that marriage? What kind of choices is your partner making within that marriage? We ain't changing nothing. We just doing like we always do. We got grown kids. We're not changing nothing. Well, then your choices are causing that period or that season of a bad marriage to what? To expand. It's that simple. Now, the divine can come and shut this down anytime he wants to. But you also have a choice in this matter. Let me tell you something. If you don't like a season you're in, relationship, job, career, health, whatever, if you don't like a season you're in, one of the first places you need to start is with the choices you're making. Because I hate to be the bearer of bad news tonight, but let me just tell you something. Some of y'all are in the seasons you're in, and it ain't got nothing to do with God, and it's got everything to do with the choices you made.
Oh my God.
It's got everything to do with the choices you make every single day. We make dumb choices, we get dumb prizes. We continue to make dumb choices, we continue to get dumb prizes. And I had to tell a client this week, and this really hit her hard. Sometimes we look crazy crying over stuff that we can change with a better choice. You know how crazy we look sometimes crying over stuff that could change with a better choice? What would you rather do? Would you rather cry or make a better choice? I'd rather make a better choice, Doc. Well, then why don't you start making them? Because if you start making better choices, it might minimize the crying you have to do. And it might help you be able to move on a little bit better because you'll start making better choices.
Oh my God.
So some people are stuck in seasons of bad relationship, seasons of bad financial situations, seasons of bad relationships and connections, seasons of bad career opportunities. Why? Love you, baby. Because of the choices that they're making. Your choices can impact the beginning and the ending of a season. That leads me to a third thing that impacts seasons. A third big thing that impacts seasons is this thing called free will. Free will. Come on, put it in the comments, put it in your journal. Are y'all supporting the show? Y'all not supporting the show. I don't like that. Support the show. Free will impacts choices. Doc, what do you mean by free will? You can want a season and you can want people in a season. But people have the ability to make a choice of if they want to be there. And let me tell you something. When you keep fighting against choices that people make, you do nothing but increase anxiety and create trauma. Some of y'all are experiencing anxiety and trauma because you're trying to make people do stuff that they don't want to do. And when you do that, you are stripping them of their free will. They have a free right to determine what decisions they want to make. And when you recognize this and this gets through your head, you stop dragging spouses to counseling that don't want to be there.
Oh my God.
You know how many times I have to sit in front of couples and it's obvious as day that one of them want to come and the other one don't. One of them is trying their best. I'm here to rescue my marriage, Doc. I'm here to rescue my marriage. And they there, and the other one is just sitting there with their arms folded like they don't want to be there. You know what you're doing? You are absolutely trying to control a season by stripping somebody of their free will. And I'm here to tell you, if you have to strip somebody of their free will to have a season, that season ain't gonna last.
Oh my God.
Let me put it in English because I don't think y'all catching this. If you have to strip somebody of their free will to stay in the relationship, that relationship ain't gonna last.
Oh my God.
This my man, my man, my man, my man, my man. We gonna work this out. My man, my man, my man. I'm gonna fight for this. You the only one fighting, sis. My man, my man, my man, my man, my man. I'm gonna work for this. I prayed for this marriage. I prayed for this man. I prayed for it, and I'm gonna fight for this. You the only one fighting, sis. You know what that means? You're trying to influence a season by ripping someone of their free will. And I'm here to tell you, it might work for a little while, but that season coming to an end.
Oh my God.
Y'all better stop trying to rip people of their free will in order to influence a season. And God, this is so good. Here's the gag. You're trying to influence something that has a beginning or an ending anyway. Let me help you. So then, if somebody exercises their free will and decides they don't want to be in a season, instead of taking the approach that I'm going to fight you, thank you, Ms. Barber, for your support. Instead of taking the approach, I'm going to fight them because they want to leave this season that they're in and exercise their free will to leave. I'm going to fight them instead of taking so this season can last longer. Instead of taking that approach, why don't you try this reframe? If they want to leave, maybe it's the divine's way of taking this end and making it shorter. Because the stuff most of y'all fighting against in your life has a beginning and an ending to it anyway. So when people exercise the free will to leave, they're just shortening up the ending. It's fine. It was going to end anyway. I feel like this is going over y'all's heads tonight. This is why I want to say this loud and clear. When a person wants to leave, the best thing you can do is let them. I don't care if it's your mama. I don't care if it's your daddy. I don't care who it is. If a person wants to leave, the best thing you can do is let them. Because in your willingness to let go and allow people to function in their free will, you might be in a position where you're allowing the divine to just shorten the end date. It was going to end anyway. If this is making sense, I want you to type in the comments levels, all caps. Let me see it. I feel like I'm talking at y'all and talking over some of y'all. This making sense?
Listen, y'all, I hope this made sense. If it did, I want you to type church in the comments with 3 R's. And then I want you to remember you've got 2 jobs. 1, be better today than what you were yesterday. And 2, don't forget what I told you.